If there is any sort of love left, I need it to be a good day. I'm about to give up. I am so drained. You cannot give it to me. Let me find it in someone else. And accept the deal of having an open marriage.
Jasmine is at her wit's end, from chasing an open marriage to wanting to give up on Gino entirely. The truth is, something needs to change, and fast. Now, as she shares with everyone at Julia's party, she just can't go on living this way. But then again, neither can Gino.
I want to have sex.
No.
Gina, why no? Why
I'll tell you what, because we fight every day. Plus, she doesn't listen to me. Those are the two reasons why we are not going to.
I'm the problem.
Both of them are miserable, and it's fascinating how weaponized sex has become between these two. Jasmine has always, right? She's always had this horn dog energy. She just can't get enough. She loves it. The more the better. But knowing this, Gino is trying to use it against her. By withholding it, he's trying to regain some power and control for himself. He expects Jasmine to jump through the hoops that he sets her. But for as incredibly infuriating as this is for Jasmine, it's also not the only gripe she has against Gino. She also wants the group to know he's a liar too. Don't believe what he's telling you, she says.
We have had multiple days without fighting. We had a very bad argument. I was trying to hug and kiss him with no intention whatsoever to have sex.
Yeah, about that, I don't buy it.
I'm not exactly sure that's correct, Jasmine. She seems to be changing the narrative to fit her agenda slightly here, doesn't she? I mean, she and Gino have fought every single day since arriving at the resort. And let's just be clear, when she was hugging and kissing Gino on the bed, she 100% was doing it with the intention of getting sex. In fact, roll the tapes. I'll eat my hat. In fact, no, I'll eat Gino's hat if she wasn't trying to get laid here.
Gino,
No.
kiss me.
No, I don't want you right now. Later.
Secret.
And nothing
No,
is
we
enough.
that's a lie. We have no emotional connection any longer, and I'm not going to.
Gina, I know you're upset, but
I don't know.
just take it down a notch.
Gino's no saint, but that would make my blood boil. How is he the one being told to bring it down a notch when he's literally married to the queen of overreactions? Now, in a bid to try and fulfill his promise to Jasmine, try and make Gino see sense and compromise, Brandon tries to get the pair to open up to each other, to put sex aside and look at what the other problems, the core problems, might actually be. And immediately, once again, Jasmine brings up Gino's porn addiction.
You're okay with that dynamic in your life to satisfy your sexual needs.
Yep. Yep.
But for me, I need a real person.
Gino and his porn habits have been brought up one too many times on this show for my liking. Knowing what we know about Gino and the stuff that he's into, shall we say, if I were Jasmine, I'd be absolutely terrified to look at this guy's browser history. But Jasmine's point here is that while Gino might be all too happy to, how shall I put this, look after himself with porn, she isn't. And since he's now weaponizing sex and denying her, she's left frustrated. She has no option but to look elsewhere to get her needs met, she says.
You cannot give it to me. Let me find it in someone else. And accept the deal of having an open marriage.
Look, logically, what Jasmine is saying might make sense, right? But emotionally, it's all kinds of fucked up. You can see just how much this hurts Gino. He looks like a kicked puppy. Now, the thing is, as I keep repeating, their issues aren't about sex, not really. This is all about control. They're locked in this constant battle to see who wears the pants in their relationship. And as a result, it's ruining not just their sex life, not just their marriage, but also the show. Like, spare a thought for us. Will someone not think of the viewers constantly having to be told the nitty-gritty details that we just don't want to know?
No, I'm not going to be in an open relationship. That's not the kind of relationship I want.
And then what am I
Sorry.
supposed to do? I'm not okay with masturbating. It doesn't
Well,
satisfy
then
my
it sounds
needs.
like we're not going to be able to be together.
Yeah, too much information. I could really do without knowing about their masturbation habits, their porn habits, or their potential open relationship. But if we are going to go there, then Gino is a very, very stubborn man. This is the hill he's willing to die on. Even if it means the end of his marriage, he's not willing to change his ways. He simply will not give in to Jasmine, and that stubbornness is a personality trait that other cast members have picked up on.
He's treating you like I totally relate. Vinny
You
tried
saw
to-
the real Gino.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Isn't it?
withholding sex and affection.
Yeah.
Vinny would do
That's
the same thing to
punishment.
me.
He's
It's
punishing you.
It's punished. Thank you.
Bingo! Yes, that's it. Gino is using something he knows that Jasmine values, like sex, right, against her to try and train her to behave the way he wants her to. He's trying to train her like a dog, but it's not working. And he really needs to go back to puppy training school or something because for some strange reason, he thinks it's up to Jasmine to put in the work to fix their marriage. He's acting like he has no role to play in this.
If I don't see effort on her part to try to fix our core problems, it's not going to work.
I feel you on that, but at the same time, this isn't a one-person story.
You just know things are bad when Rob, the guy who counts the number of sheets of toilet paper his wife uses, feels the need to remind you that it's not all about you. Obviously, right? Obviously no one should have sex if they don't want to. But I can't help but feel that if Gino were to just relax a little on this self-imposed rule, maybe they could then just both focus on the way more important problems they have in their marriage.
Really breaks my heart to hear Gino saying that we might not end up together. I love him and I don't want to leave him, but I'm not getting what I need from him.
I swear, all of their fights are always about sex. If Gino could just stop being so stubborn, if he could just give her what she wants so that she can wake up with a smile on her face, all of their problems might be solved. But I guess at the same time, I do understand, I get that it's difficult for him. It's hard to, well, get hard when Jasmine is constantly yelling. Now, eventually, Julia's party wraps up, and to Florian's relief, he doesn't seem to have really missed that much. It didn't really seem all that fun. But remember, the night is still young. There's still plenty of time left for Gino and Jasmine to enjoy a late night fight about their bed situation.
I'm taking the bed.
What do you mean you're taking the bed? You had the bed the last 3 nights.
I don't give a
And I was
New
nice
rules.
enough to let you sleep in it for 3 nights.
Okay guys, come on, we need to enforce some rules. The fair compromise here is to alternate. One day Jasmine, one day Gino. And thankfully, eventually, ungraciously, Jasmine does back down. She relents and lets Gino just take it.
Now you want to be Florian too. Take the bed, crying baby, go. Is the bed is yours. Go ahead, it's yours.
Isn't it funny? Jasmine blames Florian for the way that Gino's been acting this trip, whereas Gino thinks that Jasmine's too busy trying to get laid instead of working on their problems. Now, when we join them the following morning, the pair have received a letter telling them that their next group therapy session will be taking place outdoors, out in nature. And Jasmine she desperately wants things to change between them.
If there is any sort of love left, I need it to be a good day. I'm about to give up.
She's exhausted, Gino's exhausted. It's clear neither of them have that much fight left. But just remember, keep in your mind that it's Jasmine here who's begging Gino to have a good day, because that does become important later on. Now, for the time being, the guys and the girls, they both jump into separate vans as they head to therapy. And over in the boys' van, all of the boys, Florian included, are literally begging Gino to do something about Jasmine.
Bro, you have to have sex with this girl.
No.
You have to.
Take that pill, Gino. Take that pill and make the boys proud.
I don't know what it is about this unlikely friendship that Gino has going on, but you can really see how happy and proud he is to be one of the boys. He seems really excited to be bros with Florian, Josh and Rob. But the sad part is, I get the sense that they're laughing at him, not with him.
Those pills, man, give me a great orgasm. I'll take them by myself if I have to.
Take it by yourself.
Hey, that man said he'll take it by himself.
That's that stubbornness we were talking about. His wife is desperate for it, but as a power play, in order to punish her, he'd rather pop a pill and do it all himself rather than share the love, so to speak. I mean, no one can understand it. If you're in the mood, if you're gonna do it, why not do it with the beautiful lady that you married rather than your hand? Gino. Now, when they arrive at their destination, the couples are all told to pick up a pack and set up their tents, because tonight they're all going to be camping under the stars. But there's a problem. You see, Jasmine point blank refuses. She's refusing to do anything with Gino.
My partner told me that I already lost him.
For the purposes of today, let's try to work this out.
What am I gonna say if he told me that I already lost him?
Now, eventually, Jasmine drags herself over to Gino, but she's not in the mood to participate. In fact, if anything, she seems to be doing everything in her power to derail therapy every step of the way. As the therapist begins to talk, Jasmine abruptly interrupts her and demands that she's not next to Florian because he's a bad influence on Gino, she says.
There are people that are adults but behave like little kids because their wife baby them.
Man, about the baby me.
Baby them.
About the baby me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the irony. Isn't it ironic that Jasmine's here saying that Florian acts like a child whilst herself acting like the child? Now, predictably, of course, like clockwork, this all sets off yet another bickering match between Jasmine and Florian. But scratch the surface and it really does feel like Jasmine's going out of her way to ruin the day for everyone. It has that feel about it, doesn't it? It feels like she's causing a scene, almost as a way of trying to distract herself from her own problems.
Oh my gosh,
oh my gosh. Everybody's that problem here. Let's come, I'm ready, man.
It's a hell of a lot easier, a hell of a lot more convenient to blame Florian for all of their problems, rather than look in the mirror, rather than blame Gino. Now, remember earlier when Jasmine begged Gino, please, 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 let's have a good day today. Well, apparently, she herself is exempt from that request.
You gonna help?
I don't want to help. If I help, that's gonna cause like a problem, so.
Jasmine refuses to take part in the task. She leaves Gino to put up their tent by himself. Now, the therapist tries to intervene by saying that she should be helping him, but it has literally zero effect, right? Jasmine has decided that she wants to act like a spoilt brat today. She's not going to be lifting a finger. So eventually, seeing his bro struggling, Florian steps in to help Gino. And as you can imagine, that does not go down well at all.
What I think is funny is who's helping you build your home right now.
I'm not gonna sleep there if Florian builds it.
It's good?
Yeah, it's okay now.
One second.
At this point, Jasmine is just embarrassing herself. She's here picking a fight with Florian, who's only trying to help them. Now, sure, I don't deny, I'm sure he's doing this knowing that it will probably wind her up, but he is only helping. Look, the facts are, right, Jasmine has refused the therapist, she's refused Gino, and yet she has the audacity to tell Gino that they need to have a good day. Like, she needs to be contributing to that. You can't have a good day if someone's determined to make it a miserable one. And just to put the cherry on top of the cake, literally the second the tent is erected, Jasmine hops in and instantly falls asleep.
Jasmine disappeared.
Where is she? Did Jasmine in that tent?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Inside.
Oh!
Baby. Baby.
While it's definitely not the easiest task in the world to try and pick the bones and find some positives out of all of this, I do think, right, hear me out, I do think that Gino's panic at Jasmine's disappearance is a timely reminder that he does still care for her, even if it doesn't seem it most of the time. Gino was genuinely worried, and in his panic, he forgot to check the tent, which is fair enough considering Jasmine had only just said that she refuses to sleep in it if Florian helped build it. Yeah, I guess she got over that pretty quickly. But when she wakes up, she's greeted with the unwelcome news that they're all going to be hypnotized as part of their therapy session.
I'm scared to be hypnotized.
Why?
I have never been hypnotized. I'm scared to be hypnotized. What if I start talking about one of my deep, dark secrets or something?
What if I start talking about my deep, dark secrets, you say, Gino? What, like the dirty stuff you watch online? I really don't know if I can stomach that. In fact, someone should probably warn the hypnotherapist before she does what she's about to do.
Drifting and floating, relax here. Drifting and floating. Let the sound of my voice relax you even more. Here we go. Sleep now. Drifting and floating, deeper down, all the way down.
Now, the hypnotherapist puts them to sleep and then says to them, think back to a time when you hurt your partner, and now reimagine that event as if you'd done things differently. It's pretty fascinating to watch, and while I think some of the cast may actually be hypnotised, I also get the impression some may just have genuinely fallen asleep. Poor Stacey, this has all been too much for her. Who can blame her? Yeah, this clearly hasn't worked for everyone.
Sleep now. Relaxing, floating deeper down, relaxing your shoulders.
Gino just looks like he's playing along, and that, of course, is where the episode ends. I guess we'll have to wait until next week to see if hypnotherapy has actually helped them achieve any major breakthroughs, or whether it's been a good opportunity for a nap.